Well, it is the transfer window news, and clubs are knocking, clubs are asking, clubs are showing interest in players. There's going to be a lot of movement, and that one is unavoidable. Well, on this episode, we are talking about one player, Tanzanian. There's a heavy interest on the player, but the club clearly, the price tag they've placed on him also shows signs from the club that they want to keep the player for the long term. But I am not sure, unless maybe the request ends up coming from the player himself. I do go by the name of Oscar, and it's a football where I engage and discuss on anything to do with football, from Africa to the world and from the world to Africa. The Tanzanian darling, the Zanzibar star, I'm talking about Salum Toto. The young man, there's an interest from Simba, and there's also an interest from Kaizer Chiefs. Now, what Azam have done is they've recently put a bumped up contract for the player to sign a new contract, and on top of that, they are saying they'll only start listening. This is obviously from a reliable source. I'm talking about Far Post. They are saying they will only start listening from 40 million rands or 50 billion Tanzanian shillings. That is a lot of money in Africa. That is a lot of money in Africa. I mean, that's like over 2 million. I mean, that's over $2 million. That is just ridiculous. That's a lot of money for a player within Africa. Clearly, they are telling all those who are interested in the player that go look for an alternative. We ain't selling this one. I believe the offer from Kaizer Chiefs was 20 million rands, which is a lot considering the history of Kaizer Chiefs and their transfers. They don't spend a lot of money. Recently, there was a rumor that they are going to bump up the budget to 100 million rands in January, which is it's hard to believe because of what we've known Kaizer Chiefs to be like when it comes to transfers. They'll rather buy a free agent. It's not even a secret. It's out there. They have a history of going after free agents, giving people signing with players pre-contracts in January so that they can come for free come end of the season, which is normally around June, July. So when I heard that they're gonna bump up their budget for January transfer to 100 million, I'm like, if it happens, then that will be great for Nazarudeen Nabi, who's been complaining about quality at Kaizer Chiefs. I know there's not a whole lot of Tanzanian players in the South African league, but so far I've got about 3 players: Clement Mzize, and then there's Toto, and then there's one of my favorite players, it's Simba Dixon, who also at some point was linked to Amazul. Amazul had wanted a striker. He was one of those players that was mentioned. So it would be nice to have these type of quality players from Tanzania coming to join the Betway Premiership. Now, if you look at Fadlu Davids, he is a rivalry of Azam, and if now they get this big player from Azam, even the Azam followers, I don't think they'll be happy. The best thing for Azam is to actually sell Toto outside the country, and there are multiple interests outside the country. So we will definitely welcome the idea of having this quality player, an exciting player. You can play as a 10, you can play as an 8, more box to box. I don't see him as a number 6, but primarily in those 2 positions, box to box, more like a Tanzanian Frank Lampard. When he's required to track back, he's there. When he's required to be closer to the box and assist the forwards, he's there. He's got a good shot, a very good shot outside the box. He scores a whole lot of goals. When he's attack, that's why he's got those late runs into the box. That's why you'll find him scoring a whole lot of goals, because he's got that art of knowing when to be in the box when the team is in attack. Toto is a very good player. I would really welcome the idea of seeing him week in and week out here in South Africa. Obviously, the leagues are different. Tanzanian League and the Betway Premiership are two different leagues. At this point in time, we're looking at potential, but one that is, I mean, the guy is decent. Azam at this point in time, if I'm not mistaken, I think they are not in CAF Confederations. I think they were knocked out. And Fadlu Davids, on the other hand, they are competing in CAF Confederations Cup. On this side, at Kaizer Chiefs, Kaizer Chiefs are not in any CAF competition. For the past season, they've been struggling to even break that top 5. Last season, they didn't even make top 8 in South Africa. They finished 10th. I think at this current moment, they're sitting 6th or 5th. I'm not sure. But yeah, that's the story of Kaizer Chiefs. And if Kaizer Chiefs do go and sign such a big player for that amount of money, even if it's, let's say, 25 million rands, it would be demonstrating great intent from the management to support Nasruddin Nabi, who has worked with the player before, which is an added advantage for a player when they have to move to a different club. They are going to a different club, but at least they will be seeing familiar faces. He worked with Nasruddin Nabi while Nabi was still at younger. As much as he was still young, but he is familiar with the faces. Well, we won't stop talking about these transfer news until the end of this month. You do support the channel by liking, by subscribing, by commenting, by watching the ads. That's how you contribute to the channel. It does not just end there. There is that love icon with the dollar. It's not there for decoration. It's there for you to use it. Contribute from anything from I think $1 until 10,000, I think $1,000 or so. Now let me end it there and hear your comments on the section below. What do you think about this player? Is the best environment for the player in South Africa, Kaizer Chiefs, or for him to stay in Tanzania to go to Simba SC? Let me hear you on the comment. Let me end it there by declaring, may my God bless you all.